The sun's rising crimson rays were blending into the air of Ouagadougou. Inside the presidential palace, where every moment echoed with security protocols and political consultations, an unusual silence prevailed that morning. President Ibrahim Traore stood at the window, gazing at the sky as if searching for a hidden spark of light. This wasn't an ordinary morning. Before him lay a strict day's schedule, international calls, meetings with ministers, defense policy decisions, but his heart was elsewhere. He called for his chief of staff, who promptly entered, arms full of files. "Mr. President, your first meeting is only 15 minutes away." Ibrahim shifted his gaze from the files and said, "Today, we're going somewhere else." "Where?" the chief asked, frozen in place. "Yalgado Ouedraogo National Hospital." "Sir, that's against your protocol. We need foreign security to—" "No," Ibrahim said softly but firmly. "Today, I will go without any noise. Just 2 plain guards will accompany me. No prior notice." The chief took a deep breath. "But why?" Ibrahim replied gently. "If I keep making decisions only through files and reports, will I ever see the real sorrow of my people? A president must sometimes look into the eyes of his people before making decisions." Moments later, in an ordinary vehicle and dressed in traditional Burkinabe attire, President Ibrahim left for the hospital. On the streets, shops were opening, children in uniforms were heading to school, and everyday people were stepping into their daily hustle. Today, the president was one of them. He said nothing, but a storm was raging inside. The hospital corridor buzzed with noise, but Ibrahim heard only one name echoing in his mind: Aminata. A simple name, shared by thousands of women perhaps. But today, that voice held a resonance that touched an old wound deep within. Logic couldn't comprehend it. Time hadn't erased it. He looked at the woman again. She was quietly handling a mop bucket, head down as if the question he was about to ask was just another ordinary day at work. But Ibrahim's eyes were searching for something else. Forgotten memories, maybe, or perhaps the echo of his mother's touch. "How long have you worked here?" Ibrahim asked gently, setting aside his presidential status. The woman's hand trembled. 23 years, sir. I left my village and got this job. Been here ever since." Ibrahim's heart pounded. "Which village?" "Kogo, in San Methenga province." The president's feet felt rooted to the ground. Kogo, the very village where he had spent a few years of his childhood, where his father's funeral was held, where tears silently flowed from his mother's eyes. A memory broke through the vault of time. "Do you know someone named Fatima?" The question came from the depths of his soul. The woman slowly lifted her head. Her eyes met his, tired but deep, and then she spoke, her voice like the crack of a stone. "Fatima? Yes. She was your mother." Ibrahim's eyes widened. His throat went dry. The world stood still for a moment. "You know me? I've known you since you were 5, she said. "You used to call me Mama Nina." The name unlocked something buried. Mama Nina. Memories rushed in. This woman putting ointment on his bruised knee, telling him bedtime stories, shielding him under her shawl. All came rushing back like someone had dusted off the heart. "We should talk somewhere else," Ibrahim said, deeply moved. "Where do you live?" "In Depot neighborhood. A small house. My niece lives with me. I'll come to your home tomorrow. No protocol. No guards." The woman's lips trembled. You'll come to my house?" "Not as a president. As a son." Searching for his mother. The noise of the corridor, the cries of patience, all faded away. Only one image remained. The woman who had once been lost in time was now mopping the floor in front of him, as if God had torn the veil of time and gently opened the door to truth. The next morning, a plain car with no flag or siren made its way through the narrow alleys of the Depot neighborhood. It stopped in front of a small, yellow-painted house. President Ibrahim asked his guards to wait outside and entered alone. In the courtyard, a young girl was washing dishes. She froze at the sight of him. "I'm sorry," Ibrahim said kindly. "May I meet Madame Aminata?" "She's inside," the girl replied softly. The door was slightly ajar. A familiar voice came from within. "Come in. I knew you'd come." She was the woman who took me in when my mother died, raised me, nurtured me, prayed for me, but society's traditions separated us. And I became president, while she kept mopping hospital floors. A hush fell over the crowd. But today, I declare, this woman is my second mother. Tears welled up. Applause erupted. But Ibrahim raised his hand and continued. Today, I also announced the launch of a foundation, Root of the Heart, for all those women who silently raise orphaned or abandoned children. They will receive health care, housing, and lifelong support. He handed Aminata a new house key and pension papers. This is not charity. This is a son's debt to his mother. Aminata's eyes streamed with tears, not of sadness, but victory. A reporter offered her the mic. Nervous, she spoke softly. Being a mother is not a talent. It's a matter of the heart. I didn't do it for recognition. I did it because I loved a child. Her voice cracked, but her words echoed in every heart. In our village, we say it takes a village to raise a child. I was just a silent woman in that village. Ibrahim stood and embraced her. From today, he announced, your story will be taught in our schools. Our daughters will learn from you. Our sons will respect women like you. As the sun set over San Methanga, a quiet convoy arrived at the village. No military procession, no sirens, just Ibrahim and Aminata. He walked barefoot through the village, pointing, "This is the tree where I used to cry. This is the well where my mother bathed me." An old woman approached, holding a cloth-wrapped gift. "You made this," she said. "A spinning top. You showed it off to the whole village. I saved it, hoping you'd return one day." Ibrahim spun the top on his palm. It danced, as if time itself was turning. Aminata sat under a tree, gazing at Fatima's old house. Quiet, content, complete. A reporter asked, "How do you feel?" She looked at the sky and whispered, "Life is a long cloth we weave daily. Threads break, patterns falter. But if we keep weaving patiently, in the end, it becomes our identity." And that day, under that tree, the silent woman who once cleaned hospital floors found her true identity.